Hello, Yannick from Harvest. Here's my market view for week 30 ending July 25, 2021. I'll be sharing my analysis of DXY, EURUSD, USD CAD, gold, and Bitcoin. Starting with DXY, last week I made the analysis of the dollar index coming down from this region. The reason why I pointed that out, stating that we have had a series of outside bars in about 4 weeks, 3 outside bars in 4 weeks, and full days contradicting the previous day closes. So now what I also thought was that there's going to be a little bit of retracement, which it actually happened. It happened to this region, and from this region I was thinking of shorting, but the next day it was just a taken out bar, and we had a very large bull bar. If I'm going to zoom to the weekly time frame now, on the weekly time frame you see what the bar carved out to be. It is operating in a very fast mode, and I think the market is going too fast than what we expect at first. So the price is moving closer, edging closer to this resistance line. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's going to get there or it's just going to turn back. The dollar has been very stable in recent days, and with a lot of news coming in and everything, first chair Powell and all the things coming in the United States is really making a lot of fluctuations in the market. So I'll go back to the daily time frame now. On the daily time frame, you will see that this 20 exponential moving average has been either support or resistance or a little of range for the DXY. So I think for this region it was acting as resistance, and for this region it was ranging, and here it was support. Later it crashed down again and became resistance, and then now it's support. I'm not going to be moving with the moving average though, but it will just be an additional tool for me. I suppose the dollar to do in coming days is going to be a little bit of move up. If it gets to this region, it will be a good sign to short, and with a very good signal here, I think it will be good to short. And where will be my target? My target will be on this price line, which is going to be intersecting a little bit with this support here. So if the dollar gets to this level in the week, which I'm not going to be longing, I won't be longing the dollar because I know it has overshoot itself already. So I'll be waiting for the sell sign around this region. If it ever gets there, well, I actually am not expecting it to get there, but if it ever gets there, we'll wait for the price to give us a signal, and then I'll sell down to these levels. So for now, I think this level may not be attained anymore, and if it ever attains it, it's also a good point to buy again. But this is my first close for now for the dollar next week. Now for the euro against the dollar, this kind of thoughts, and which I have been talking about for more than 4 weeks now. Price is edging down to a very strong support region. The last time it supported it was in March, and then the previous time also was around November last year. So last week my analysis, I had a thought of this price closing below this region and closing back above it again, and then having even itself stronger on this region. I had this mindset of it just going to retrace this price line, and then have itself move to 11978 region, and then eventually maybe to 120 The price got to this region, we tested it here, but never decided to bounce back up. It crashed down even with this large bar. Although this bar was not expected, news drove it down to this large region. In coming days, what I still think is, with what the price is carrying here, I think the price still wants to touch this region before there will be a hop move. If the price gets to this region, it will be a good place to buy the retracement. But if the price decides to reverse here as well, that's a good one. There is really a very light support in this region, which if I put a line now, we're going to see how it acted as support here, and then here at a little bit of resistance before it closed above it, and then now it's acting as support now. So I think it's a very light support. If the support line is going to go strong for the week, I think it is going to help the price to move up to these regions, and maybe if it breaks above it, it may move up higher, maybe 11978 region. If there is going to be a close below it, then we have nothing stopping the price possibly until it gets to 11710 region. I'm just going to wait for what the price is going to do on Monday and maybe on Tuesday as well. If there's going to be a bounce here and it's going to be a close above it, and with signal being on the lower time frame, I'll be having myself to long it. And if there's going to be a close below it on Monday or Tuesday, we'll just wait for the price to get to this region before I can say I want to seek another signal to buy the retracement. I believe there's going to be a little bit of retracement here, even though it's not going to be large. For the price to be retesting this about 4 months price line, there will still be a little bit of retracement before there will be an eventual drop. So from my point of view for the week, I think the price is going to do is going to have a little bit of range in this region for the coming week. It may close above it to this region and it's going to come up to this area of 11900, or it's going to come down to 11700, and then before we can have a little bit of retracement again, or a little bit of a breakdown of the price. On USD card, I started this analysis 3 weeks ago when I did analysis for the week, for the month of July, and then I added USD card to my price list. But now what USD card has done is it has actually gotten to my price target for profit. It got there, but it never tested this region as supposed it should be. From this region, this bearish outside bar was supposed to throw the price downwards to this region again for us to have a long, but it never did. The price bounced back from this region. You can see where it was a bullish old bar, and then the bottom was not retested at all. It was so strong that there is almost no wick below it. The open is same as the low. So with this strong bar and there is a bit of retesting here with the second bar and a very large one, it threw the price outside this trend line that I placed here. Then this trend line closed above it. You saw what it did on Friday. So Friday last week gave us this kind of outside bar range, but at the same time I was thinking this outside bar could also act as retracement to this neckline region. I had strong conviction that the price was going to supposed to throw down, but the price never did. And this close on Monday, we had this inverted hammer on Monday. I knew with this inverted hammer the price is going up, so the price eventually shoot up on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And now we have tested the 200 exponential moving average, and the close of it gave us a kind of hammer, a kind of hanging man signal. I am not convinced yet that this is a sign of reversal. So what I'll be expecting in the coming days for week 29 is it's going to close above this region. If it's going to be giving us this test and there's a break above it, close above it, it could send the price a little bit higher, maybe to this region. And then when we get here to 127.43, maybe I will be seeking my sell signal from this region if it gets there. But if not, I'll just be at alert to see what the price wants to do. In this supply zone, I'll be expecting the price to give us a signal for the coming week. Coming in from here, I believe it's going to give us a retracement to minimum this level. And if the retracement comes, then we can think of giving our buy signal again. I love what gold has been doing in recent days, and we had this price projected from this region and to this region. We said it was going to range in this region last week, and then we had Monday range, second day, Tuesday range. Wednesday didn't range, it only retested this place, and then it broke above this price line of $1,800. And then on Thursday, this bar looking almost indecisive created itself, and then on Friday we had almost this reversal bar. It's a bit of weak reversal signal for me, so it's not something I want to say I want to short from here. What I think the price wants to do is just to have a little bit of reversal to this region, or it is actually retesting this 200 exponential moving average. It may be retesting this moving average. This moving average has been respected in quite a lot of times. It has been respected sometimes, and then so if it is retesting it, it's going to have a push up higher to this region. So what I think the price wants to do is either to retest this region or just shoot up from this region. But I think I'm going to be going with retesting of this region. If possible, then we're going to be having a up move later. As this is my point of view, what gold will be doing in coming days. We're going to be having a little bit of retracement down and then a push up higher. Finally, on Bitcoin, this is what we have been interested in having for a long time now, and I think the price has just been shooting itself downwards with the increase in dollar. The dollar has been strong a little bit, and you see the price just edging itself downward with this kind of carved top here. So This is the neckline for the week. I'm going to go to the weekly time frame now. You will see how this neckline may be acting as a very strong signal. In the weekly time frame, you see how this neckline is really showing as a strong support. That's been a strong support in this region, been strong support here, been strong support here. And what you can see is it is giving us something like a head and shoulder, You see how it's bounced back here, then gave us this edge region, and then we have this bounce again for the high shoulder, and then again we had it bounced back down. So this bounce here and this retracement and this bounce back and this smaller retracement with a close coming down again. If the week is going to be closing just on this neckline, which the week is remaining 1 day and 18 hours, the time of this recording, I'm waiting for a week's close, not a day close, a daily close below this neckline. Then I think Bitcoin will be coming down to this $19,000 mark. So I'll go back to the daily time frame again. Now on the daily time frame, I was actually on the part of the price moving to this region first. Well, I don't think that will be happening in coming days again. So what we'll be having is going to be the price coming down to this region. It may close below it on the daily time frame, although on the daily time frame it has not also closed below it, so it may be respecting the daily time frame as well. But I think I'm going to wait more for the weekly time frame close. So if the close is going to be happening on the weekly time frame, maybe next week, week 29, closes below this region, and then I'll just have it short at this neckline itself. So at this neckline, you can short it down to the $19,000 mark, and that is almost going to be nothing less than 35% of the price. I forecasted 50% drop from this region at first. When the price was around this region, I forecasted 50% drop down to this region. So now we still have about 35% price to make, and then if it is going to be giving us that range, it's going to be giving us this raise, it will really be a good point again to invest. I will not be investing in the Bitcoin until this price line is met. What I know is the price needs to retest this region from what it has been showing us here, and any longing signal from here, it's just going to be a wrong one. If my analysis have been good support to you, show extra support to my channel by sharing and subscribing. Do have great and winning trades. See you another time.